Oh yeah. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming to this meditation session. So we'll be meditating and having this program from now to maybe 12, 15, something like that. So uh, I have divided the time. Uh, so for the first maybe 10, 15 minutes, we'll be doing breathing meditation. Breathing meditation. It'll be a guided meditation. I will it'll be a guided meditation. After that, we will do what is called as loving kindness meditation. In Bali, it is called as metta meditation, Maitri or metta meditation. So this meditation also I'll be doing with a guide. It's done guided meditation. Okay, and after that we'll have a short break, have tea. Otherwise you'll be tired. Have tea, maybe 10 minutes short break, and then we'll assemble again, and then we will do Tonglen meditation. That's a meditation called giving and taking meditation. Okay, giving and taking meditation. So before that, I thought I should say something about meditation, its benefit, how we should engage in meditation, like that, a short explanation. So, because if you know the benefits of meditation, then you'll be more inclined doing meditation, right? Anything, whatever you are doing today, you see the benefit and then you do it. If you don't see much benefit, then maybe you'll try first, then you'll stop doing it, right? Anything, any mundane activity, what we in this world is like this, right? You want to see the benefit for yourself or for your family, for somebody, and if you see that, then you are more inclined, you will be more determined to engage into that such kind of activity. So, with regard to the meditation of benefit, I'm sure many of you are doing meditation, maybe even more longer than me, So it's meditation, of course, it's now become so well known. Seem to be it's becoming more well known in the West than in the East. Why I'm not sure, I think because you have gone very far in material progress and development, very far. You have gone compared to the East. That's why in the West you have gone really very far in your material development, whereas East is still struggling, with their bread and butter and bread, and seem not getting time to think about inner development. But now here you have all kinds of physical comfort, but then you see at the same time something is missing in me, whereby I'm not experiencing that happiness, that joy, that peace, that tranquility which I have been searching for. So then you look around, you search around, and then you find, oh, something has to do with me inside. Changes must come from me with an insight, and how should see this change from within me? Here you have searched. I'm sure you have searched even in Google, who's giving meditation practice, who's the meditation teacher, who is the mindfulness teacher, like the transcendental meditation, right? Maybe even LSD, before. Now you have cannabis, right? Free. You will try, I'm sure, Like that. So now you and maybe you have also searched my name today. This guy, what's this guy? Right. So anyway, it's now about our inner peace and tranquility. We really need to have it. Otherwise, you have experienced all kinds of physical comfort, but that hasn't served you very much in living a meaningful, peaceful, joyful life, not only for yourself, but also your families, and also when we speak about a larger, thing, it's about your community too, your neighborhood. How about if you have some quarrel with the neighborhood, with your border, with the fencing? Oh, very difficult. Even an inch you will not lose. That's you bring all kinds of, maybe even police, say, please now you stay, we'll measuring and then we'll draw the line and then we'll put up the fence. Right? So inner peace and tranquility is utmost necessary in our mind, in our life. And whereby we are able to, cope with the world in a better way, in a more skillful way, in more compassionate way, in more, what we call as empathetic way. So that is where meditation comes in, and which you have been doing, in many ways. So I appreciate that, you are doing these meditations in your life, and you have seen it. So it's not about the benefit of meditation. It's not about future lives, It's not about attaining enlightenment. Okay, if we could attain enlightenment, that's wonderful. If we could get a better rebirth, that's really, really more wonderful. What else? But then we are suffering right now, right? And you say that I'm suffering today, but I'll do meditation tomorrow. Then it doesn't work. It doesn't work. No, I have pain here, and then say, oh, I'll take the medication tomorrow. That is not going to work, right? Yeah, like that. So it's an antidote that you need to put, right at the right time, at that right moment, and with the right measurement, like that, right? So then, physical pain, whatever you have, is healed and cured and like that, right? So we have so many measurements, right? In your home, I see so many measurements, right? When you open the closet, all kinds of measurements are there, right? So these same way, physical health is very much dependent on mental health. So mental health, in fact, seems to be even more crucial than physical health, because it impacts physical health. Mental health really, really impacts physical health. So, since I want to share some, just in brief, that so these are short, very, very, very powerful benefits of meditational practice. What we are just mentioning, right? And with this regard, I want to share something very briefly about my experience with conducting meditational practice to a group of women in Ohio. I want to share this. Ohio State University in 2007 and also 2009 organized a meditational course to a group of women suffering from PTSD, suffering from every one of them were suffering from PTSD. You know this word, right? So I somehow they found my name and they invited me to conduct the meditation, to teach the meditation, and to lead the meditation, and to give the guided meditational practice to these two groups of women. First in the first group we had about 20 women, and in the second group also we had about 20 women. So then I accepted. I went there and to teach the meditation, and this program was organized in collaboration with there's one NGO called Amethyst, who look after these women and who actually give shelter to these women. And at the same time, they were giving whatever treatment, necessary treatment, they were also giving, and they were also giving counseling to these women. So as a part of a complementary project, so they invited me to give the meditation, to teach the meditation. And so because it was done with the OSU mental health, it was carefully, very, very structured. We had counselors, we had social workers, we had representation from OSU mental health department, and then of course we had 20-something women together, right? And then of course we had the manager, and like that we did 6 weeks course, meditation course at that time for these women, 20-something women like that. So they were from all kinds of backgrounds. Some were very, very religious, some never had even maybe hating religion, and some were atheists. Anyway, they didn't have any idea of Buddhism, they didn't have any idea of Buddhism. And of course, a monk, what is about monk, so like that. So we, like you, the first day, like you, we sat together. And many of them did not even want to sit, so excited, could not sit, in other words, could not sit, even maybe 5-10 minutes like you are sitting. So I had to teach, make them show that first sit, right? So in the meditation you have to sit, right? You have to just go here and then you will not learn meditation, right? So I had to teach how to sit, and then how to remain relaxed, how to remain focused, and then how to do this same meditation, whatever I taught at their homes, So we had 2 sessions, one in the morning, one in the evening, and in between they were supposed to be doing short meditations at their homes like that. So in the beginning it was kind of difficult for me because everyone was women, and yet I was just man, and everyone except one computer master, he was man. Otherwise, everyone was woman. The whole, is organized and everything was done by women, which was really wonderful, right? Everyone, all these women were doing their things, on their own and independently. I was very surprised and also appreciated that now there's women are coming forward, and in India we don't have this thing. Here women have come forward and doing so many things independently and for yourself and for others like that. That NGOs actually run by a group of women like that, right? So there was what you call hormone level test, done because it was scientifically done. Cortisol, use of cortisol was there, hormone level before the meditation. Their saliva was the test, after the meditation, all this for 6 weeks, for 6 weeks. So slowly, in the first day, we just said, okay, let's sit and we did short meditation. Then slowly, we increased the duration of meditation. By sixth week, most of them are feeling so comfortable with doing meditation. And we, myself, as well as every one of them had a really wonderful time, And of course, that was not sufficient. Now we need to look forward. Have their life really changed with this meditational practice, right? So this NGO and OSU went on tracking, tracing and tracking what these women would be doing, after the meditation. So we found later on that most of these women were able to see some changes in their life. Many of them who could not sleep were able to sleep better. And some of them, women who had children before and could not take care of their children properly, started to taking care of their children properly. And many of them gone back to school and continued their studies. And just recently, I was in Ohio, and we had a little bit of reunion, and two women came forward to visit me. And then one woman, I was so proud to see that she's now in the government service, as a main purchaser of some, like that purchaser. And another woman, she has a small company, a cleaning company. And then I asked other women, said that most of them are doing very good, very, very good, So that's the, impact of meditation in prayer, what I want to share, So this is impact of the temporal benefit. And the long-term benefit, if you could do properly and along with if we are able to integrate the wisdom of emptiness, sure, many of our negative emotions will be reduced and even completely, dispelled, whereby we reach closer to the state of enlightenment. So enlightenment is about, our mind completely freeing from all the negative emotions and delusions and like that, right? So this lot of, possible help which you shall be able to gain with the practice of meditation. This is just very in brief the benefits of meditation. So now how we should engage in the meditation. So it's very simple, you all are sitting on chair and those who are sitting on cushion. First, it's called in the text, and also it's very important to know how, 내가 지도를 잡아 구순 두기 땐 잠바 제바 요매버 그베 제버 샴바 땐 대화라 르 남나 치 딩댕기 like that. So whenever you do meditation in the morning or in the evening, first thing is to clean up your meditation room, make it beautiful, arrange some flowers, make it so wonderful, Environment plays a wonderful role, right? So make everything so beautiful for yourself, clean, neat and clean and like that. And then set up, if there is possibility, set up a small altar, and then, you make a beautiful altar, and then you can sit down and do the meditation. So in the meditation, it speaks about what we call as the meditative posture, which is very, very important in the meditation. The first, So in the meditative posture, you can sit like this, or sit on chair. But main thing is about the your what you should sit in upright position, because when you sit in upright position, then energies, the this blood circulation will be is regulated automatically. With the regulated blood circulation, energy is the flow of the energy in your body system is also regulated. And with the flow of energy regulated, your mind also started to become regulated, controllable, or bringing to any kind of object of meditation. You shall be able, not distracted, not agitated like that, right? So very much is dependent on what we call chi, chi. So when we speak about energy, it's about chi. So when there's more chi, energy too much, then we are agitated. Whereas when our chi is too low down, we feel sluggish, we feel sluggish, lethargic, and even numb, mentally numb and physically numb like that. So in this way, sitting in upright position is very important in the meditation session. And then, if possible, you can sit in this like this. If not, then you can sit also like this, Sit. But main thing is sitting in meditative posture. And then, your neck should not be, bending back, or should not be bending too much forward, but in a kind of a almost little bit downward looking, little bit, yeah. And then eyes closed, and your tongue should touch the upper palate, and lips should be, closed, yet in a normal position like that. Okay. So then, with this body posture, we meditate. Now, what kind of object of meditation you would like to use, right? So, any kind of object of meditation, whatever you are used to. For some people, breathing is very helpful. For some others, use some, images in the meditation. For Christians, I recommend they can use cross, in front of them and imagine, and then because main thing is about focus, it's about the attention. We are cultivating attention, attentiveness is there with the use of mindfulness, or what we call as with the use of mental introspection, or like that. Attention is, main thing is attention, what we are cultivating. So now, with this, we have found the object of meditation, right? And now the session, how long should I meditate? Should I meditate 5 minutes, or should I meditate 10 minutes? And I'm too busy, I cannot meditate half an hour, I only have 5 minutes, right? Then, you have to find yourself a good time for yourself. And then, in the meditation session, we say that tu tungla tang mawa. Tu tungla tang mawa means, so suppose you are doing meditation for say 10 minutes in the beginning, So if you are a new meditator, then maybe 10 minutes, maybe even long, because even right after 2 minutes, you'll notice your mind is gone elsewhere, wandered, and so you need to retrieve it again. You need to focus on it, right? So there's no special trick, there's no trick. It's only, you have to notice that you are meditating, you're focusing, and then as soon as you notice it's distracted, then you bring it back, and then meditate again. Making sense, right? You have to bring it back and meditate again. You have to bring it back, meditate again, and then eventually from 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you shall be able to retain the attention, for a quite long time, Until then, you just notice and retain it, keep it, keep it, okay? Well, makes sense, right, like that. Easy, very, very easy. And then now, so in the meditation session, what if I feel tired, if I feel exhausted, what should I do? Should I continue, or if I feel sleepy, or if I feel lethargic, what should I do at such time? So at such time, for example, you have started doing meditation for 10 minutes, and you have come out from work, and you are already tired, and doing meditation may be even tiring, right? Could be tiring. And if you force again for another 10, 20 minutes, then you will feel more tired. So next time you will not start doing any kind of meditation because you feel that, oh, it's very tiring like that, right? So before you feel completely tired, when you reach to certain kind of climax, that enjoyment, with a certain kind of climax, you will notice, experience a certain kind of climax of joy in the meditation. And around that time, you can stop and then, have a prayer and then do anything, whatever you like. And one time in the morning or one time in the evening like that, right? Making sense, right? So this is very, very important. Don't force yourself during meditation. It has to come from in a spontaneous way, kind of liking, like spontaneous liking for chocolate, right? Almost like craving, So almost like craving for chocolate, right? So like almost like ice cream, like that, right? So this joy, when you see it, you feel joy, right? When you are almost near there, oh, it's there, then you choose, right? Out of 30-something ice creams, you choose one. That's really, very much like that, okay? But have a spontaneous, I'm very lucky today I had the chance to do meditation, right? So do the meditation. And then, if you are fed with chocolate, 1 kilo, then next time, I say, it's kind of vomiting, I will not, no more chocolate anymore, right? Like that. Same thing. So do it and leave it, at a certain point when you are completely satisfied with it, Don't force yourself, right? So these are some very, very simple techniques you need to understand. And then in the meditation, if you feel tired, sleepy, there's ways of it. If you feel tired, what you can do is, what we do is that sometimes we splash, we go to the bathroom and splash water, on your face, splash. This is one possibility. And sometimes because you need to do meditation more, right? So you just go out and enjoy, look for the fresh air, and then come back and sit and do the meditation again. Anything that kind of sluggishness is kind of that needs to be kind of awakened from within, So there's ways of, or sometimes you can keep, if you are going to do long meditation session, keep a wet handkerchief, and then when you feel a little bit tired, touch, like that, simple, keep it simple, right? So like this. And then when you feel tired of doing, sitting meditation, even, sitting on chair sometimes can be, tiring on your back, that. So you have to adjust, like, to, what we call that, shift your leg, that's like that, and then relax your leg and like that, right? So then physically also, if you feel a little bit numb, stand up, do some kind of short exercise, and then sit down, So even after doing all these things, you feel really sleep, that's the best. Get a good sleep. That's really from my experience, And then next time when you are awake, after 5 minutes, you feel very, very refreshed. Then you can continue with the meditation, And if you are doing, in the past, during the Buddha's time, during the Buddha's time, monks were doing meditation together, right, in one hall like that. So each monk is supposed to, I told this about some time back, each monk is supposed to take with him a soft cotton ball, soft cotton ball. And on the soft cotton ball attached is a thread, almost thread, thread maybe long this much. So the purpose is that, every monks are not equal, right? Not same, right? Some may, feel sleepy, right? Some might feel sleepy. So if you notice, your right side or left side feeling sleepy, you are supposed to throw this cotton ball, make him awake, make him awake. And it's a wonderful skill. It's not the stone, no, it's cotton ball, thrown on him, he's awakened, like that. Wonderful, simple techniques. So these are how we engage with these tools, knowing in advance, we engage in meditation. Okay. So now today, first we'll do 10-15 minutes. We'll just do the breathing meditation. Okay. So in breathing meditation now, how we should do breathing meditation? I'm sure you are all doing breathing meditation. I don't think I need to make any explanation. But in breathing meditation, we notice breath is within us. Inhale and exhale. It's so common within us. You don't need to go and search for in the supermarket, No, it's with us, right? Right. So, and it's because it is totally neutral. So, with the things that is neutral, your attitude also becomes neutral. Mind becomes neutral. So neutral is very, very, neutrality of the mind in the beginning is very important, So then it's so accessible, it is so easy to focus on, so we use the breath as an object of meditation. So now, how you meditate on breath? How do you meditate on breath? So first, breathe 2-3 times, deeply 2-3 times, and then you have to bring the breath at your normal, regular pace. Some people's breath is a little bit stronger. Some people's breath is a little bit shallow, deeper, whatever is, bring to that level, and then focus on it. When you focus on it, what you can do is, sometimes we are asked to count the breath. So 1, 2, 3, one breath, one round breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times, then another 7 times. So this may be sometimes very helpful in remaining more focused. But for some people, we notice that it is not very helpful. It seems to be more distracting sometimes. So it depends on individual. So the main thing is just to focus on the breath, okay? Just to focus on the breath. Focus on the breath. And when you notice, your mind is not focusing well, just bring it back and then focus on the breath. Okay? So we'll do this, meditation, breathing meditation for 10-15 minutes, okay? So sit in upright position. Relax yourself. Physically, mentally. Pay attention to your breathing. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe in. Remain in the present moment just by watching the breath. stretch out your legs and relax a little bit 1 minute. Now, now we'll be doing metta meditation on loving kindness. Okay, loving kindness. I think this is really, really helpful for all of you. Very, very helpful. Because so in the metta, Maitreya or what? Maitri, Sanskrit, Maitri meditation. So we have to do a little bit of visualization, and we have to do a little bit of visualization. So the visualization is like that. So far we are doing just the breathing meditation, right? And the focus is on our breath. So now here, along with the focus on breath, we have a little bit of visualization. Okay? The visualization is that when we speak about love, loving kindness, like that, every one of us has loving kindness. Every one of us has are compassionate, loving, caring, and having a warm heart. And every one of us has this, but depending on conditions, sometimes empathy is strong. Some other times our empathy is not very strong. It's kind of low. Some other times we are able to extend our empathy for so many people. Sometimes we are not able to extend it, even to yourself, even to give yourself. Sometimes we forget to give empathy to yourself. Sometimes we even forget to, we are not ready even to have compassion for yourself. Instead, we lose our self-esteem, and then we feel almost kind of empty within ourselves, whereby what comes about is so many negative thoughts, negative attitudes. When you lose that self-esteem, self-respect, loving and caring for yourself, what is left? Nothing is left. Only the negatives are there. And then these negatives come about and give our, in other words, they invade us. They are the invaders within us, They are the invaders. They invade our mental stability. They invade our mental, tranquility. They invade our mental, peace, joy, happiness. As they invade and destroy mental peace, happiness, and tranquility, at the same time, they invade our physical body. They invade our physical strength. We can say they even invade and destroy our immune system. So once our immune system is low, then we become very weak, and then we become very, very non-vulnerable in catching, physical diseases, all kinds of flu, and we notice this, when our body is weak, we catch all, we have, flu and all these diseases. In many cases, when our immune system is low, right? So immune system, His Holiness always mentions that he met a scientist who was, psychologist and psychotherapist, who devoted his life in, treating and in giving counseling to people suffering from mental illness. And in his research, he found that, for example, hatred, anger, hatred, let's say hatred and anger, he found that when we become angry, what we notice is to a particular object or to a particular person, we see him or her as totally 100% negative, 100% bad, 100% so obnoxious, right? 100% so bad, so bad. You don't want to hear even his or her name, So you have feeling of this kind of uneasiness. You generate immediately uneasiness against that person because of hatred and anger against with them. But this scientist who investigated and found that the badness or the ugliness or whatever we put on his into this adjective, whatever. So he found that it's about 90% our exaggeration. Only some percent is something that has to do with our mind. So that means it's mental projection, very heavily dependent on our mental projection. So, yeah.
Can you say that again? What you were saying? When we're feeling hatred
Yes,
and anger towards another person,
yes,
it's 90%.
90% is
What?
of badness.
Of
90
badness.
Yes, about this person, that
Okay.
he is bad,
Yeah.
He's so bad. It's our mental projection. 90% is that hatred
Oh.
has created, hatred has created, magnified it. In other words,
Uh-huh.
from small, very small to a very magnified way, And then he's totally covered, He's totally wrapped in badness, right? And then we don't want to see him, right? He's totally bad, right? Yeah, totally bad, right? Like a rotten hamburger in your fridge, Yeah, totally bad, totally bad. But his investigation found that it is not that so. Very much is your mental projection, right? So what you are saying is this badness or this hatefulness is eating away our immune system. In his finding he found like that, right? So in that case, hateful, what you call anger and hatefulness has do not deserve to be in our mind. They don't deserve any seat. They don't deserve any kind of platform in our heart because it's havoc to us, right? It's creating problem to us, right? Am I making any sense? They don't deserve anything. We don't have nothing to do with the hatred and anger, right? They do not deserve a good seat, something like, deserving a chair to our guest, right? No, they don't deserve. We don't give any chair to hatred and anger, We say, please go away from my home, right? You are not our guest, right? So once hatred is gone, we are at peace, right? So we can be our own guest, right? Then you can put some wonderful food on your table, right? You become the guest. Otherwise, you become the victim of hatred, right? So what is really is coming about from all these days, so much investigations and so much experiments are going on, and we notice that these negative attitudes are eating away. They noticed through scientific findings, eating away our immune system, which is the source of our health, physical health and mental health. Source of, right? Like that. So now also, here, for example, Christian, you have been doing so much, help here, and you have noticed that it is the very much to the attitude which is helping, to feel better. It's very much is the attitude which makes you feel better and change the outlook. Am I making any sense, right? Mm-hmm. So here comes metta. Here, Maitri practice. What we have to visualize in Maitri practice is the meditation, okay? It's a kind of visualization. Whoever you imagine, in the Buddhist practice, what we imagine is the Buddha as the source of love. Maitri means love, as the source of loving kindness. And so we imagine Buddha in front of us, a space in front of us. So, like 6-inch foot or, 10-inch, whatever, even if you can imagine it's, very big form. And then we visualize, while breathing, we visualize that we are receiving the light of joy, light of loving kindness, because Buddha is the embodiment of loving kindness. And we receive joy through him, from him. And then we feel, from entering into our, crown chakra, then we feel that every bit of self, everything, every bit of self is filled with joy. The cells are full of joy. The cells are full of loving kindness. That makes sense? When the cells, everybody, millions and millions of cells are within our body, but many of these cells, some are dying, each day like that. So if we could transform these cells into the embodiment of joy and loving kindness, we right away feel, experience. When you feel happy, how's your physical body like? It's very flexible. It's very supple. You want to do anything. It's physical. You feel very light. Why? It's because the joyful at the mental state is impacting your physical state. Right? Like that. So you want to even fly, right. Because you feel so light, you are fully joyful, and your smile is on your face. Why? When we are angry, we don't smile, right? Why? We don't smile because we are angry with it, right? And the anger is not letting you smile, right? But when we are joyful, we smile. The whole, facial, whole facial structure is changed. But when we are gloomy, when we are sad, when we are full of anxiety, all this wonderful facial, expression is no more there, right? So it's impacting. What is impacting is positive thoughts impacting you in a positive way. Negative thoughts are impacting you in a negative way. So what we need to do is, because we want positive impact, because we want happiness, right? Joy, we want a smile on our face, right? When you sit together, husband and wife sit together, right? You share a table, right? And if one like this, the others do like this, your dish will be, the food, whatever we serve, we will have it's very bad food, no good food at all, no taste at all, right? You have to learn, share experience, right? So it's the interaction you do. So the other is fully joy. For example, when you share, everything is like this. After coming from work, if the husband is angry and if the wife is waiting and husband shows anger to the wife, because he got this from the office, right? He got this from the office. Then wives immediately, she's also completely changed, Then she might say, what happened, right? I prepared this nice, wonderful dinner, but you are still complaining, right? It's because he got this anger from his office, his office, right? Or maybe from the traffic jam. Sometimes we become too crazy, right? We are very, very crazy. So that's where, this comes. Really, 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 we need to evolve from within. Evolve from within. Once we are completely evolved, transformation is taking place. That transformation is so beautiful. It's so wonderful that by looking at you, oh, this person is changed. They will say, oh, he used to be very, very, very dumb, dull, and all kinds of. But now he's stupid. But now he's changed, full of smile, right, like that, right. So these things has to come out from within, Has to. So there comes meditation, bring down. If you are a believer in Christianity, bring down. If you are not believer of any, you imagine the space is full of love. The space is full of love, and get the love down into yourself. Bring it into yourself, every kind of self. Oh, wonderful! Then if every millions of your cells are full of joy, then your joy will say, joy will overflow, right? And when the joy is overflown, who receives first? Your family members. And then who you can share at your workplace. You are impacting so much. That is why Maitri practice is very, very wonderful way of, healing yourself from within, and cultivating, really what we call as boosting your immune system, right? And of course, you take all kinds of medications, right? When you go to pharmacy, there's so many pills, with so many levels, take this, take that. This is there, quick release of, what you call it, energy, like that. Then you have energy bar also, right? So, of course, we can take these, but at the same time, when we do something from outside, it will be more beneficial. But these energy bars will work better, work faster and better, right? So this is how, we have to be, when I teach, I try to make sure that we'll live in a conventional world. And we have to be conventional.
Yeah.
We have to be, we are not living in the space, with the aliens, right? We are not living with the aliens, right? We are here in the world of people, world of community, world of neighborhood, world of family, like that, right? And world of workplace. We are living. So our interaction should be starting from home to workplace, everywhere you go. So if you go in a, how should I say, angry mood to the workplace, the boss will say, okay, please, you are fired. Next time you are fired. So you are fired, please don't come. We don't want this kind of angry people, angry person like that. So here we need to be rich. Then really we are practicing the Dharma, whether you call it Dharma or spirituality. You live happily, joyfully in your life. You are a happy person. That's what we want actually. That's what we want. So here we visualize. Okay, while breathing, you just if you are Buddhist, you can imagine Buddha as the source of joy or loving kindness. If you or just from the space, see this so many holy beings, countless number, and bring down the energy from them, and then feel the energy. And these energies enter into every cell within our body system, and we feel light, full of joy, and physical suppleness and mental suppleness, what we call. And then feel as every part of physical is supple, then you have to feel. If you feel this way, you shall be able to do wonderfully in many physical ways, okay? So, okay, so we do the visualization of just I explained, but just go and breathe in. But this time we mainly focus on the visualization, receiving the blessing or receiving the joy and loving kindness from the space, from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, from like that, and then you feel that almost like water, a jar of water, jar water, jar being filled with water, right? That it's filled and your whole body. It's also almost like our body is kind of hollow, right? And you have to feel it's filled with the joy, and it's totally filled and overflowing like that. Okay. So again, good. We're relaxing, right? So very good. So we'll have a short break. So the third meditational practice is called Tonglen. That is meditation on giving and taking. So what is involved with this practice is that you receive upon the pain and the sufferings, the difficulties, the problems of the other people or of the world upon yourself, and then share, all your goodness, your wholesome virtues, wholesome deeds, whatever goodness, good thoughts, whatever goodness is compassion, whatever goodness is whatever you have, you share throughout the universe. In other words, you share that every individual single being is, you share with every individual single being. So how to do is, first we need to know a little bit about the basic principle of doing this meditation, principle of this meditation. So in our life, what we notice is that at some points our sense of caring for others, thought cherishing for others, or empathy for others, or at some point it's kind of a what we say, it's kind of a flowering. We are able to have empathy for others. We are able to have a sense of sharing for others. Sense of consideration for others. In other words, we have the thought of caring for others. It's within us actually. We care not just ourselves, but also care for others. For example, when we care our family members, no one is, making you say you care for others. You have to take care of your husband or wife or children. No one makes you to do like this. But how you are able to do is that there is kind of a bond you have created between yourself and the family members. And that bond is something that is actually inspiring you, that I should care for my family members or friends, and maybe even at a larger, for example, the community, like that. But at some points, we're not sure whether I should be doing this or not. Kind of reluctance is there. Not only that, sometimes at some certain point there's chance that, oh, no, I'm fed up with this neighborhood. Completely here. I should take care of my own yard and forget about neighborhood, like that, right? So we meet with these different circumstances and different events, like that. It's obvious and well known to each and every one of us. But how these different thoughts arise in you is because of our attitude for ourselves. The more we are, self-centered, the more we think of just for ourselves and then forget about, doing something good for others. The less we are self-centered, the more we become outpouring for others. The more we become helpful for others. The more we become supportive for others, like that. So how, for example, especially in America, what I have noticed is that whenever there is a kind of a disaster, every one of you, there's no difference between, in other words, every one of you, there's no difference of even caste and, every one of you are very much concerned, and every one of you do whatever you from your part to do help with this, in helping wherever the disaster has happened. It's your history, I've noticed that. Americans are like that. That's really, really wonderful, Whenever there is a situation like this in India or in Asia, everywhere, even, everyone, I noticed, sending clothes, sending medicine, sending food, and you have here, for example, food bank like that, everything. Why you do this? Because you care for others. There is something in you that you are able to take care of others. But how does that come about? Is that at that time you forget anything about, you forget completely about your self-centeredness. That is why you are able to do this, right? And it's impacting, it's how a ripple effect is there. You start going to food bank and giving something to the food bank, everyone starts going there, right? And then food bank is full of foods, right? And you see these are benefited to, especially in Portland nowadays, we see a lot of, poverty and homeless like that. There people's response is really wonderful, wonderful. So what you do, there's no, that is this kind of help what you are extending, even if it is just, what do you call, canned, vegetables or whatever you do. Well, you go there, you are not thinking, is someone noticing that I am giving, No, you have no this. What should I do? Maybe I'll get something from them. You have no this, In other words, we call never, the generosity you extend and not expecting any return for yourself. Such a wonderful, practice you have in this, American life. It's really, really appreciated and wonderful. So with the Tonglen, it is very much like that. So materially we are able to do this, then mentally and emotionally, how about if we pray for the well-being and goodness of the good health for other sentient beings? Mentally, we are preparing, becoming stronger and stronger, and of course, eventually we shall be able to benefit more in material way too, right? In material way, right? So that is the principle behind why we engage in Tonglen practice. So giving, you are able to give material wealth, material things. Then mentally also, if you create this thought that the whole universe is, filled with joy, and as I just mentioned, I want to share the joy I have to everyone, It's joy, what you have is limitless actually, because it is immaterial, right? Because of being immaterial, it is limitless. It can be expanded throughout the universe. And then their sufferings you can take upon and through imagination, and then feel that these all sentient beings who are suffering are now, have become full of health, full of well-being, full of peace and joy and like that, right? Am I making any sense? Right? So this is the basic principle of, doing Tonglen meditation. Of course, traditionally there is, explanations how to do step by step. But the basic principle is like this. So how wonderful if we see one single person, at least at the mental level, if we are able to help, if we are able to create, that this person is, filled with joy, how wonderful it is. So, but not only one person, we are sharing, and it's like, the sun, when the sun is out, the whole area where it's filled with sunshine, right? When the sun is out, sun has no discrimination, like the moon, no discrimination. It just fills everyone, with the light. So delightful, so wonderful. Why we are happy when we see the sunshine, especially in Portland, right? It's so delightful, so joyful, right? So joyful. So that is the, we joy. So we extend, send away our good joys, good thoughts, at least good thoughts, and then take upon their sufferings upon yourself. So what is now, these sentient beings, no matter how much I extend, my thought will not benefit. You may think like that. No, it is not like that. When you definitely notice, you'll definitely notice. For example, when you go to your workplace, so in the morning, if you have someone who you have to deal with someone difficult person, right? Or difficult boss, from your side, if you go with a positive thought and motivation, you will not be impacted by his dream, because you are almost like shielded with a positive thought, and your reaction will not be negative one, because you have positive thought. Once you have positive thought and you do not react in a negative way, here's no way to say second time, right? Because you didn't react. What's he going to say? If you go on reacting, the ripple effect is he will also going to say something, right? And then there's going to be a cycle of problem. And who's to blame? Who's to blame? You might blame him, he might blame him, but that problem is already there, right? Then sometimes it becomes from a small, problem, changing into big problem, right? So you go shielded with love and kindness and compassionate attitude to others. It's a shield, shield. And then nobody can hurt you. Nobody can influence you. So Tonglen meditation is like, even though physically we are not able to help others, mentally we are helping, at the same time your problem becomes very small. Because you imagine the problem in this world is so huge, because when you take upon the problems, sufferings, the problem already, the problems of the world. But when you take upon, how huge it is. And then when you compare your problem, right, it's very small, it's insignificant. I was telling one time that it's drop in the ocean. When you see a drop in the ocean, but it is drop in the ocean. Nothing is there, right? Otherwise, we say, my dishwasher is broken, so you made it so big, so big, you claim. That is so it's broken, what can you do, right? You just, if possible, you repair it. Why you yell at the dishwasher, right? So you create your own problem, It's breakable if we understand before. We have to understand his machine is breakable and it broke today. Yeah. So it's broke. Let's have it, repair or just do it something different, right? So this is how we need to cope with the world, and what we use your common sense, all the time, Then there is the peace and joy and life going everything smoothly, right? Smoothly. Things don't, for example, everything collapses. Everything, even this human body, whatever we say, is, at certain point, it has to collapse. Right? It has to collapse. We have to expect it. And once we have expected and appreciated it, when things go wrong, we are already prepared. Okay, I know this before and it's going to collapse and it's collapsing. Okay, I'm here. Then it collapsed, like that. it's all here, right? That's how wonderful. How there's no, wherever you are, everything goes so smoothly, so peacefully, joyfully like that, right? So it's a Tonglen practice is really, really helpful. At least you getting empowered of the energy in bearing, cultivating endurance with the difficulties and unfortunate circumstances you are going to face from time onwards, onwards like that, right? So we are going. It's a problematic world. We are not in the heaven, right? Even in the heaven, I don't know what is like that, right? So in the Buddhist text, it is said that you know there's many levels of heavens, and even at the highest level of heaven, where the being in that highest level of heaven, a time comes when he has to pass, when he has to leave, right? And it is said that at that point he is shocked because he sees he's going to fall down. It's very interesting, So with this, we do the meditation, okay? At this time, maybe just 10 minutes. And the procedure is same. You have to do the breathing meditation. Now, in the breathing meditation, what do you do? When you inhale, you feel that all the sufferings and pains of the universe are ripened upon yourself. And when you exhale, all the goodnesses, whatever you have, virtues, whatever you have from the three times of, from the past life, the present time, or in future life, whatever you are going to collect, you send away to all the sentient beings. So, means it is said in the 7-point mind training. It is said that only giving and taking, do it alternatively. Means do it with your breathing. Means start upon receiving yourself and then sending away goodnesses to others, right? So it's loaded on the breathing again, okay? So we'll sit in upright position. So this time, when we breathe in, we inhale the sufferings of all the sentient beings, and then when send out, we send out all the goodnesses to the sentient beings, and then we feel the universe, all the sentient beings now are completely healed. Whatever sufferings, physical pain, mental pain, whatever pain, sufferings, whatever they are going, are completely healed like that. Okay. So it's Tonglen meditation is very, very powerful practice. Okay, we'll sit and do this meditation. Okay? So, before we stop here, I thought I would recite some prayers, and also dedicate the merits, whatever we have collected, for the benefit of all the sentient beings, especially people who are suffering, in many places, especially like Syria and wherever you notice so much suffering is going on, destruction is going on. Please dedicate this benefit, the merits, whatever we have collected, for their well-being. Okay. So before that, I'll recite the prayer of Tonglen prayer. Tonglen prayer. Actually, Christian created a really wonderful music for the Tonglen prayer, right? We have this, and
No, really, someone else did, but
you helped with the lyrics and that.
and Kat did it too.
Yeah, and that's there, right? So we could next time. Okay, we'll recite that. So I'll recite one line or one verse. Okay.